YouTube was good, y'all. It's your boy Justice coming at y'all another collective energy read of another YouTube collective. I hope this finds you guys at a resonating time. Remember to take a resonates, please do the rest. I have a message off the top. Angels of the highest white light, please bestow upon me clear and concise channel messages for what my collective needs to hear. Move any type of energy that's not accommodating with the reading itself. Thank you, and Ashe. But whoever this is for, practitioners, spiritual practitioners, they know not to take your name as an assignment when it comes up. So it's like a touch not my anointed kind of energy. It's what I wrote down in terms of my note. A lot of you guys have understood the battles of spiritual warfare. You understand the art of war, and you understand how spiritual war is engaged. A lot of wars are not fought in the physical. Therefore, though there are still many wars fought, like in the Middle Eastern areas, the Holy Lands, the original lands, which is another conversation. But in terms of a lot of warfare nowadays in this society will be spiritual. So a lot of you guys understand the battle of spiritual warfare. You understand battling for your destiny, battling for your energy, battling for your protection of your sanity, battling for the protection of your boundaries. A lot of you guys have understood this kind of concept for a while, and you've had many long-stemming battles, which you would call it, with certain things that were hired to do something specific to you, or certain people that came in on assignment to do something specific to you. And these things never end up the way that they're planned. These things are never supposed to end up the way that they're planned because of your reflection and what's backing you and what your purpose is. So a lot of you guys have been through, the whole spiritual, kind of the hitman or the real physical hitman, that get put in your life that try to either poison you or try to poison your mind, try to alter something in your life spiritually, physically, emotionally, psychologically, or progressively. And so these types of things create a reputation, a repertoire for you in terms of understanding that a lot of these types of beings on that other side of things understand not to go at you the same way. They start to understand that, oh shit, I'm not supposed to, I can't do that. Because there's something that's on the other end of that fence. And so a lot of you guys have something backing you that people are not ready for. A lot of the times people come at you out of a, excitement and lust and ambition to take what's yours or to do something to you that they know how to do or they did previously before, and they come across you and get a question mark, a big question mark. And not only that, but almost an exclamation mark, right? In terms of what comes back at them. And so a lot of you guys have ran across a lot of different practitioners in your life in terms of different types of people that know how to practice with energy in the wrong ways. And so they come across you and they become dumbfounded, right? And they come across you and they think that they're going to get away with something, right? A lot of times people don't even want to, like the people or beings after, right? Whoever is to come, you start to build up a reputation with beings in terms of what they know not to do, what they know not to manipulate, what they know not to lie to. Your energy starts to speak for itself as you're accumulating this strength and this energy to move forward. A lot of you guys have moved through experiences that a lot of people wouldn't have made out of. A lot of you guys have survived experiences that people wouldn't have survived. A lot of you guys may not even express certain aspects of what you've been through to people, right? A lot of you guys have had to thug it out in certain ways. A lot of you guys have had your own people coming after you. A lot of you guys have had your own closest person or closest friend coming at you, right? For agendas, right? And so there's something about the enticing reward that it seems to be on a lot of you guys' lives or a lot of you guys' spirits, a lot of you guys' energy. It's an enticing reward for a hell of a price that people can't foresee to pay. And so there's something about, a lot of people start to take the message and say, maybe this isn't worth it. Maybe this isn't supposed to be what it is. Maybe I'm not supposed to go at that person. Maybe I'm not supposed to do what I'm used to that person. Maybe I should think twice about going at that person. And so these types of things don't usually happen in those type of beings that are used to practicing energy or magic or whatever the fuck in a certain way that they do, right? In terms of in an elegant way. A lot of you guys teach people to at least be like that in your energy, or at least come across your energy with that. So a lot of this message is kind of pointing back to a lot of you guys are building a reputation not to be fucked with and not to be played with, toyed with. Your life is not a game. It's not an instrument to just pull the strings and press buttons and do all this weird shit. A lot of people are waking up to the fact of the realization that they've only been playing with themselves, playing with you. And so a lot of official practitioners, if you ever come across a real knowing one, they're usually on point because they have to be. And if you really come across a real one that's really has the same agenda to do whatever, they usually know something when it comes across your energy, whether they recognize the presence of what's behind you or they recognize your presence itself. These come from a repertoire things, it's a reputation in terms of what you build up and a collective amount of experiences of which people from your past or people in the past have tried to do the same shit. A lot of you guys have had recycle events with people. It's like, oh, I've seen this before, or I've seen this agenda, I've seen this equation, I've seen you try to fuck me over before, I've seen you try to steal my energy, I've seen you try to take my life, right? Things like this. And so when your name comes up to a practitioner, a lot of you guys have that reputation like, no, I'm not taking that assignment. A lot of times people get these, assignments communicated with them. A lot of people in these realms are connected, especially with these realms that go against that light that you guys embody. So you may attract certain fabrics of that other side, right? And so with that other side, they usually, if they're knowing enough, if they have an intellect or intuition, they usually know not to even play or not to try it, right? A lot of you guys have been through too much in your journeys to succumb to certain things that, people want for you, right? Or to succumb to some type of little agenda or some type of plan over your life. Like this, it's not what it's gonna be. And a lot of times people learn that too late, right? And so as you go forward and understanding, the strength, a lot of you guys are growing in a certain level of strength. A lot of you guys are growing in a certain level of understanding of yourself, right? And so with that, it's kind of like the more and more in tune you become with what is really in your arsenal or what's really you're able to protect yourself with, right? And so a lot of times people ain't really ready for that conversation, but they're really listening to their ambition that pulls them to you for a temptation, but the temptation is a trap. And a lot of people understand that, right? And so there's something about the engagements with your energy that people kind of learn the rules of engagements with your energy and how it kind of works with certain things, right? Especially if you have ill intentions. There's something about a lot of you guys are waking up to, what's not kind of like been ordained properly over your life. A lot of you guys have had experiences with certain people, agendas that were not fair to you or were not supposed to be fair to you. In certain ways that they were supposed to play out in your life. This is a kind of manipulation kind of thing in terms of what people try to ordain against your life or against your body, against your spirit. These type of conflictions or afflictions put onto your spirit are usually not taken so well by what's backing you. And so a lot of times this can create a certain equation that people are not really ready for what's past that equal sign of the equation, what balances the equation out. And so a lot of times people have to learn what balances that equation out when you come at somebody on a falsified accord to think that you're gonna listen to your temptation and do what you think you're gonna do to somebody's energy and get away with it. And so a lot of you guys are like lessons and reflections back to people for this is not a game. We're here for an experience and we're here to ascend, especially. And so a lot of times people don't have the plan to ascend. A lot of times people are comfortable in what they do. A lot of times people want to continuously do what they do, the way that they do it. And so a lot of times these type of beings come across you and it's usually their last ride or it's usually their last time doing that shit, right? And so a lot of times people ain't ready for that. And a lot of times the people that are aware, they start to understand, they're clocking the energy. A lot of times it works on just the opposite level. A lot of you guys answer assignments for the Most High God. A lot of you guys answer assignments for your ancestry. A lot of you guys answer from your highest self. And so it emanates from a certain different fabric from what they're following on these different sides of the equations, especially with a practitioner or any type of sorcerer or any type of person that's engaging in these ways this way. This type of shit ends in a very big defeat every time. And so with any knowledgeable practitioners, what I'm saying, that if your name is to come up, they probably won't take that assignment the way that you move forward past these things. If this before and before and before didn't work on you, something new probably won't work on you. Something right here probably won't work on you. A lot of you guys have had so many different things attempted over your life to kind of try to shift your trajectory, that a lot of times your ancestry starts to buck up on it, and your ancestry does not allow of these things. And so when your ancestry has to be activated to protect you at that extent, it may not be in such a sweet way. And so it creates a reputation for what people usually follow through with, in terms of what they won't do anymore, in terms of what they won't be so willing to do. And future people, in corresponding to that same agenda, won't be so prone to take that assignment. And so I'm gonna end it off on that one, short and sweet. If you need a personal with me, hit up Shamika's son with a C and Shamika@gmail.com. Other than that, I appreciate your likes, comments, shares, and subscribes. I have 20% off of 3 different partnerships in the description if you're interested. I've been getting a lot of AI companies like hitting me up, which is like I still get confliction about what that really, I don't know if I want to advertise AI, but either way, it's just like I've been just thinking out loud. But I've been getting a lot of that recently. But if you're interested in Otter Spirit, Flower, Rose Forever New York, or Amazon Web Services, I have 20% off in the links in the descriptions below. Other than that, I'm gonna start off on this new video, but I'm sending my love and ashe. Peace out.